How to create the best harem? Firstly, they are the most cliché genre out there, making it very difficult to pull off. There are always tsunderes and tomboys in it, and we as audiences just have to accept that. The biggest hurdle of a harem is making the cast of characters feel real. The attraction point of a harem is the females. You never see females given the writing akin to romance characters. Imagine a harem having females similar to characters like Sawako, Holo, and Mashiro, who would not want to watch that. Even character development similar to Chitose is welcome. However, character development is absent in most harem. How a character is introduced is how they are at the end of the franchise. Harems need writing like a romance manga because it's difficult to look at females quote-unquote loving a male where the feelings feel unjustified. A prime example is Kanojo Kanojo. The only exception to this rule that I have seen is the 100 girlfriend that really love me. It is surprising to see how this mangaka makes the story entertaining with such an enormous cast of characters who have one character trope in their personality. That is a harem I would recommend. However, this manga is one of the few exceptions. More girls does not equal to better stories. Most of the members of the harem are introduced at the beginning phases of the manga, leading to a big problem. While not even familiarized with the introduced characters, new characters are introduced. This is a big reason for the clichéness of any harem. I know the fast introduction is for marketing, but it just creates unrealistic characters and situations. I wish for the harem to be more fleshed out rather than introducing new ones. One prime example of a good introduction is Isekai De Meikyu de Harem wo. Ignoring the anime, the manga took about 35 chapters to introduce a new harem member. Since it took that much time for the new members, I got familiarized with Roxanne and Michio pretty early in the story. Another reason for the blandness of harem is favoritism. Previously I mentioned that Chitose goes through character development, but Niseko is not an ideal harem anime. It is due to favoritism. Niseko's writing feels like the mangaka is begging the readers to choose Chitose because she always has the limelight while other members are lurking in the shadows. You know who is chosen even before the confession, which is a sign of poor writing. When all the girls are treated equally, that creates an ideal harem. Another problem is the male protagonist. Protagonists like Kazuya are such a pain to see yet alone read, but most main characters are one note and that's fine for a harem. However, an ideal harem needs to have a real feeling male character. I said that the females are the main attraction, but there are some anime where I watch them solely because of the main character. Engage Kiss was a surprise watch because it was not an ecchi only harem. The male character in Engage Kiss is so interesting that the attractive females are not the main attraction of the anime. Another anime with an interesting main character is Oresuki. You don't want to know how much I have laughed while watching this anime. Those are the few harems where the girls are sidelined and the main character carries the show. However, when both male and female characters pull your heartstrings, it is a big sign of an ideal harem. The final downfall point is the confessions. It is the hardest thing to pull off in a harem anime. A harem rarely makes me feel how this scene made me feel. Confessions are the part of the story where you realize how much you love a character. It is the conclusion of a character's story arc. If you do not pull off the confession, the entire story will feel bland. These were some of the core reasons for the downfall of harems. But there are 3 harems that I envision as the best harem anime right now. The first one of the harem is High School DxD. By mentioning High School DxD, I have contradicted myself. The characters in it do not feel real and there is a little bit of favoritism as well. However, it covers its flaws with its plot. Honestly, High School DxD has the best story for a harem. It is the main driving force of the anime rather than the harem itself. The harem does have Asiya, Rias, Akeno and Koneko who are great waifus. Issei is also a great harem protagonist who is perfect for DxD. What DxD does, which I appreciate, is each arc is focused on one girl. This made the viewer grow an attachment towards the girl helping the build of the harem as a whole. The next harem anime is the Monogatari series. I am still not sure if putting Monogatari as a harem is right. However, looking at the definition of a harem, Monogatari does fall into it. Monogatari is unlike no other anime, yet alone a harem anime. It is some of the most unique and entertaining stories I have ever seen. All characters in it are some of the best I have ever read. In my eyes, Araragi is one of the best protagonists of all time. It fulfills the main character void a lot of harems fail to do. Also, the harem is equally top class. Senzogahara, Hanekawa, Shinobu, and Hachikuchi are very well written characters. Some of them were this close to making me cry. Shinobu and Hitagi are the best girls, and Hanekawa is an ideal woman. It is so rare to find an anime with little to no flaws in it. You could choose any girl from this anime and I would not be surprised by it. Every character is well written and the best girl debate for this anime could go for hours. Monogatari is in my top 5 anime of all time. It is my favorite amongst the 3 that I will mention, but solely for the harem, it has to go to Love Ru. What I love the most about this anime are the characters. Except for Rin and Tenjoin, every character does feel real. It has the best character writing for an harem anime. In the situations they are in, their decisions make perfect sense. First of all, let's start with Lala. How she fell in love was masterful. At first, it is led up to a love at first sight situation. However, later it is revealed that she was lying to stop the marriage proposals she has been getting every day. We actually see her falling in love throughout the course of the anime. Sairenji loves Rito because she saw the care Rito gives to things like flowers. Kotegawa loves him because of his kind nature. Nana loves him because of his interaction with animals and how he helped her during the Mei incident. Lastly, Momo loves Rito because of his, well, let's leave that to your imagination. I know it is very cringy and even saying those reasons, I cringed. However, in the story, it did not feel forceful at all. How each person's feelings were laid out was done beautifully, and not only the girls but Rito also fits well in this story. Minus Araragi, Rito is the best harem protagonist. He has always loved Sairenji, so rather than being a harem king, he would much rather have Sairenji alone. Later on, he does catch feelings for Lala as well, creating a dilemma in him. For me, Lala and Yami are the best girls in this anime. Yami is such a precious human, and to be honest, Lala is my favorite waifu of all time. I just love to love Ru. It sometimes is a lot of ecchi, but for most parts I love the character decision in it. The confession of each character is handled so well. I highly recommend reading the manga because there is a lot more confession left to be seen by the anime onlys. To Love Ru is my favorite harem of all time. Obviously Monogatari is leagues above To Love Ru, but solely for a harem anime, I think it's the closest anime to an ideal harem. Put in the comments your favorite harem anime and favorite waifu from them. I would be very interested in hearing about your choices as well. I hope I expanded your Dungeon in this video as well, but for now, this will be Dungeon signing out.